Hey there guys, welcome to another PIVX class. I think I have a really fun episode for us today. All the videos up until now have been tutorials and introductions. I'm told a lot of newcomers find this pretty helpful, but there is a lot more to crypto than just tech. There's a kind of purpose to it all, and I think that's what we should talk about today, because in my opinion, it's really freaking cool. You should know why these aren't just stocks being traded around to make people money. So without further ado, let's talk about what cryptocurrencies can really do. We know that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and PIVX are intended to be used as money, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. The various forms of cryptocurrency that exist are all essentially different methods of storing and using data. This can be used to run a currency, but almost anything can be put on a blockchain, which leads us to a common beginner misconception about cryptocurrency. Not all cryptocurrency is currency. In the end, cryptocurrency is kind of a generic name. It would probably be more accurate to just call it blockchain technology. The amount of stuff you can do with the blockchain is staggering. I think maybe we'll start with the biggest name in cryptocurrency next to Bitcoin: Ethereum. I would wager my left arm that most people who saw one of Ethereum's ads on social media never knew that Ethereum wasn't just another Bitcoin. Most of the ads I saw were just about how the growth of Ethereum on the charts was almost vertical at the time. Sure, you can treat it as money and buy and sell things with it, but Ethereum isn't really aiming to be money. Ether, the unit of Ethereum, is usually referred to as a form of gas. This gas is used to facilitate the Ethereum network, where the blockchain is used to carry out activities such as smart contracts. A smart contract is a form of digital agreement that two parties can make. You can agree to exchange something for something else, and the contract is only valid if both parties fulfill their side of the agreement. Essentially, each smart contract must consume a little bit of ether as gas to fuel itself. What is truly magical about all of this is that this Ethereum platform is so powerful that many other cryptocurrencies are built on top of it. These cryptocurrencies are usually referred to as tokens opposed to currencies. There are hundreds of them out there. Most run on the Ethereum blockchain, but there are others that run on other blockchains. These tokens do some of the coolest stuff. Why don't we go over a few of them because they might just blow your mind. Disclaimer: I'm not going to name most of these tokens as I have investments in certain ones and this channel is not for investment advice. There's usually more than one organization doing their own take on each of these ideas. To begin with, there are tokens out there that strive to create a new way to invest in real estate. Buying their token is essentially buying a share of a property. Their platform essentially offers new ways to handle real estate investment as well as rentals. The ultimate goal being that it will make the entire real estate sector more accessible by the masses, since you don't have to buy huge chunks at a time or pay large fees on your purchase. Imagine you are renting a property that you can see is well maintained and clearly profitable. You can then choose to buy a small portion of your own home and effectively be paying yourself with your rent. And that's on top of the inflation of this well-run property's value. Personally, I would like that deal. Another truly mind-blowing project that is already out there getting stuff done is decentralized supercomputing, allowing anyone to buy and sell computing power on the network in exchange for tokens. This means you can rent the power of a supercomputer online to process anything you want. I actually don't hold anything in this field, but I really love it as a proof that just about anything can be done with this technology. You can be running high-intensity simulations for scientific research, or rendering CGI on a massive scale, all while never having to buy the hardware. There's been programs to do this kind of thing in the past, but this is a whole new way to organize and revolutionize this idea. It's really pushing the envelope, but again, it's super freaking cool. I want to talk about one more token out there that kind of requires you to look past the surface. I'm even going to name this one, and yes, I do have some of these. This cryptocurrency is called Crypto Kiddies. No joke. It is a very simple online game. Essentially, you have these cats and you can breed and trade them around. Each cat is its own unique token. That makes it an asset permanently recorded on the blockchain. There are people trading these tokens, these cats, around in exchange for Ether, and they also pay small amounts of Ether to pay for the transaction. The game is as basic as they come. The cats are just quirky images that are determined by the characteristics of its parents. All you can do is trade and breed them. It is essentially trading baseball cards. They don't really do anything, there's no in-depth interaction, but people like to collect them. This was a complete first, though. It is a game entirely built on the blockchain. This means that with more development, a whole host of games can be built like this one. Games that are far more in-depth and far more complicated. Now I realize that many viewers watching this are probably not gamers, but our world is drifting deeper and deeper into the digital space. More and more of us spend countless hours on games, on social media, watching online video content. The economy associated with that is just beginning. Things like CryptoKitties is just the first steps in turning digital assets into being fully tradable and valued. There are already traditional video games that have turned in-game items and real estate into something that is worth sometimes thousands of dollars. However, they are usually really awkward and clunky to get in and out of financially. Integrating blockchain technology means that these assets can be made freely tradable between games and other mediums. There are standalone, non-Ethereum projects that are aiming to become the in-game currency of video games. All that in-game gold or rupees or ISK would be replaced by a cryptocurrency that can be sent to other games or to the market to be sold. Players who spend hours every day on their favorite game can actually accrue a currency that has some value in the real world because it can be used to buy things in the game or any other game. This is all a big long way of saying that the currency of a video game can be made a real cryptocurrency, and the assets within that game can be tokenized, making the game's economy powered by the blockchain and making all of it have real world value. Gamer or not, that is some revolutionary stuff. I think that's enough examples for today. The goal was to get you thinking about how cryptocurrency can change the world from head to toe. So why don't we instead shift to a thought experiment? The gaming example showed that crypto can be used to record the existence and ownership of just about anything. So why don't we think about where that can be applied? Obviously, not everything will be particularly easy to do, but let your mind wander. Maybe you can think of a car sharing scheme or how to have a stake in an online content creator's channel. I don't know what wonderful things your mind can think up, but hundreds of blockchain ideas have been invented already, and there are probably thousands more to come. So have at it. If you write about it in the comments below, I'll be sure to reply and throw in my 2 cents on the idea. Obviously, I'm quite the dreamer, so it'll be a blast. Also, on the note of comments, I get comments in the Discord, and I've gotten some private messages about what people want to see next. But I'd really like to see you guys post in the comments in YouTube for what you'd like to see next. It's hard for me to know what topics people would like to learn more about in particular without these kinds of comments. In YouTube, I get to see how much a comment like, "I don't understand proof of stake," gets upvoted, and then I can say, okay, next week we'll talk about proof of stake. So yeah, cryptocurrency dreaming and what you'd like to see next. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next class.